Liverpool controversially extend their lead. Ronaldo walks out on Juventus. Spurs are up and Eriksen replacement. We've got a daily news roundup and today's Emoji Mondays all coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host, Matt Froelich. You are the Onefootballers and this is the Daily News. First up, and to, of course, the massive game in the Premier League where Liverpool beat Manchester City 3-1 at Anfield, meaning they now have a 9-point lead over last year's reigning champions. They're also 8 points ahead of the likes of Leicester and Chelsea. Now, the game wasn't without controversy, but overall, Liverpool just deserved to win. Man City dominated possession. They dominated much of the game, but didn't really do much with it. When it came to defending, Liverpool were better. Sticking away your chances, Liverpool were better. They did get a rub of the green with a few VAR decisions, but that just seems to be the way it's going for Jurgen Klopp's men at the moment. As with the whole VAR issue, all I can say is that the offside didn't really look offside to me, and the handball did look like a massive handball. Whether or not those go against the rules or what VAR is actually bringing to the game, nobody really knows. But as I mentioned, I will talk about it a little bit later on. All I can say is that VAR definitely at the moment is ruining football. But next up, and to Cristiano Ronaldo, who stormed out of the stadium after being substituted against AC Milan at the weekend. He was bought off early on in the second half of Paulo Dybala, who actually went on to score the winner against AC Milan. But apparently Ronaldo wasn't around to see that because he stormed straight out of the stadium. This just really sums up Cristiano Ronaldo at the moment, where he can't really get his form going, and to make things even worse, his old nemesis Lionel Messi is banging in the goals. He managed a hat-trick against Celta to draw level on the amount of La Liga hat-tricks that Cristiano Ronaldo has. Although to be fair, it has taken Lionel Messi around 15 years, where it took Ronaldo only 9. This now means that Cristiano Ronaldo has been taken off as a substitute in the last 2 games. That's as many times he was taken off as a sub in the whole of last season. Are we seeing Sarri really grow a pair and actually demand more from his squad and not necessarily give Ronaldo preferential treatment? Or does he really not like the way that Cristiano is playing? It'd be dangerous to say that because he's 34 years old, going on 35 this season, he may be slowing down a bit, he may not be as fit as ever, because as soon as you say that, Ronaldo will turn around, probably bag a hat-trick and take off his top to prove to you that he is more than fit enough to play a couple of games a week. But moving on, and to some transfer news where apparently Tottenham have made first contact with Ajax over Hakim Ziyech. For some reason, the Moroccan wasn't sold over the summer, even with their £25 million release clause, but it looks like now Spurs are preparing for life without Christian Eriksen, who could be leaving on a free next summer or for a little bit of money in the January transfer window by making a bid for Ajax's 26-year-old winger. He has been in incredible form in the last 18 months, and it really is a surprise that he's still at Ajax. No disrespect to them at all, but you know, a massive club could come in with some ridiculous money for him. Last season, he managed 21 goals and 24 assists. Utterly ridiculous, as Ajax got all the way to the Champions League semi-final when, as you know, ironically, beaten by Tottenham. As for Christian Eriksen, well, his last season was pretty poor, and this season has been much worse for the Dane. This season, he's got 2 goals and assists compared to 6 goals and 14 assists from Hakim Ziyech, and it really looks like he's not going to be worth much anyway when he eventually leaves next summer. After saying that he wanted to leave before the start of the season, things haven't really got much better for him, and Pochettino has been using him sparingly, although the one problem that Spurs do face is that they don't want to completely get him out of the picture. Otherwise, no side will see his worth, and no side will bid around 30 to 40 million for him in January. This is the dilemma that Daniel Levy and Pochettino currently face, but as I say, it could be solved by Hakim Ziyech. So next to a quick roundup of the rest of the day's daily news, where West Ham has said they'll be sticking with Pellegrini for the moment. Arsenal have also backed Unai Emery 100%. Neymar's father has said he'll be staying at PSG, and Erling Haaland, the man we can't stop talking about in the Champions League, bagged another hat-trick, his 5th of the season for RB Salzburg at the weekend, meaning he now has 27 goals in 18 matches in all competitions. So next up, to a quick look back on your Friday feels, where you guys left your predictions for the weekend's football in the comment section on Friday's Daily News. Lincoln Schwester guessed that Liverpool would win 3-1, which they did. Justin Wong guessed that Leicester would win 2-0 over Arsenal, a brilliant victory for them. And lastly but not least, JNHD had the balls to predict all 10 of the Premier League matches, and they got 7 out of 10 right, which is a pretty good result. So I'm giving you a massive shout out today. Lastly but not least, we come to our Emoji Mondays, where we throw a couple of emojis over some actions from the weekend's football. And today, we actually have 2 new ones to bring you. First up, we have the best result of the weekend, which goes to Bayern Munich, who absolutely demolished Dortmund 4-0 to try and keep up with Gladbach at the top of the Bundesliga. The crazy moment from the weekend was Frankfurt's captain David Abraham, who barged into the Freiburg manager Christian Streich and knocked him down, getting himself sent off and causing an absolute melee in the process. Utterly ridiculous. And finally, our player of the weekend goes to Tyson, the Shakhtar Donetsk midfielder. He was receiving some disgusting racial abuse from Dynamo Kiev fans in their league match, so So he took the ball and booted it into the fans. Now, he did get sent off for this, but that is equally utterly ridiculous. Something needs to be done about racism in football and in wider society. So for sticking up for himself, he gets our best player of the weekend. So there you have it. Let me know your Emoji Mondays and your thoughts on the rest of today's daily news in the comment section down below. And whilst you're there, you can also click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.